What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Johnny K Picks, and we are going to do our post-game reactions for UFC Vegas 48. There is a lovely little...
Hello, everyone.
Oh, there's one person at least.
Oh.
So we're going to go over our reactions for UFC Vegas 48, and this is my beautiful wife, MiaHasDiggles. Go check out her YouTube channel if you're into beauty, makeup, any other stuff. Maybe your wife's
find
girlfriend,
your kids, find your wife, send them over my channel.
There you go.
Shameless plug.
MiaHasDiggles. Remember that.
All right, guys. Hopefully the audio's fine. We've been dealing with some technical difficulties tonight, but do you want to go ahead and test them, or should we just roll on, steam on
Let's
in?
just test. I mean, we'll see if there's anybody in here. I don't know. It says one, so we'll give it a shot. I don't know. This is my second time ever doing this, so please.
Hey, I hear it. All right, I think our audio is good.
All right, audio is good. So we're all good, and let's go with the first one.
Yeah, so we're gonna head into the prelim opener. Mario Bautista and Jay Perrin. What were your thoughts on the fight, John?
Well, I said Mario Bautista was going to win. It was going to be a landslide, and to me, it definitely was. He had very good pace throughout the whole fight. His elbows and knees were fantastic the whole day or whole fight.
Definitely.
And yeah, it was just he was the better fighter. And Perrin, he took this fight on short notice. He put up a good fight in the first round. I'll give him that. But the pace, I think, just Bautista definitely just out cardioed him basically. And yeah, it was after the first round, you knew Bautista was going to win this one. What do you think?
For sure. I mean, as you mentioned, the elbows and the leg kicks really good. Those leg kicks really neutered Perrin's jabs. Although I know everyone kind of thought that round one went to Bautista. I kind of thought it went to Perrin just because of the volume and the significant strikes. But I can see it. Bautista had really good counters. The elbows were on point. The kicks were on point. You could even see, like, I think it was round 2 or 3, Perrin's mouth guard kept falling out because he was mouth breathing so hard. So the cardio was definitely not there.
Yeah, it's always a thing when you see someone's mouth guard goes off. You know that they're breathing hard for a reason. Their mouth is open. So he was struggling in the second and third round with his cardio because Bautista's pace, like I said, he was just going forward. He didn't care, and his clinch game was really good. And he threw some nasty elbows when he's up against the cage, some flying knees and everything like that. So it was a good win by him. He should have won. Like I said, Perrin, he's a regional fighter. He's making his UFC debut. It was a tough task for him, but
you said Perrin was short notice, right?
Yeah.
So you can see where the cardio was slipping there. But
exactly.
Yeah, but the judges went 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26. I thought the 30-26 was a little, I don't know. What do you think about that scoring?
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, he dominated the third round. There was nothing from Perrin. He had nothing left.
All right.
I mean, he survived. I'll give him that. But
fair enough.
It wasn't, I can see, I'm not judging it. It's fine.
I can definitely see 30-27.
Are you asking me what I personally give him a 10-8?
Right.
Or do I think it's warranted?
Do you personally think?
I would have given him a 10-9.
Okay.
Is it warranted? Yes. It's a big difference there.
Okay. Well, I know you picked Bautista, so you're a little biased here, but
I mean, that was kind of a no-brainer pick, to be honest. But
no, good job to Bautista.
I don't
definitely his.
I'm not going to shortchange him or anything like that.
Not at all. What are you drinking there, Johnny K Picks?
I think I made some, what?
You're like, I'm drinking the drink you made me.
Whiskey lemonades, I think. That's what it was.
That's what it is.
Yeah, something like that.
You're like, exactly the drink you made me. That's what I'm drinking.
All
right, moving on, guys, to Jonathan Pierce and Christian Rodriguez. Rodriguez making his debut. Thoughts, Johnny K Picks?
I was sweating the whole fight because I had a couple bets on Jonathan Pierce, and he looked good in the first. But I will give Rodriguez a lot of credit because he was making his UFC debut again, and he was up a weight class. He was the smaller fighter, and he looked good with striking. But once he got to the grappling, it was pretty much all Jonathan Pierce. But in the first round, anyways, in the second round hit though, Jonathan Pierce looked a little gassed. I will say that.
Well, let's not forget round 1. That guillotine attempt from Rodriguez.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Let's not forget. Dude, Pierce was gurgling.
Yeah, Pierce
did
channeling
his Alexander Volkanovski. For sure. We were just talking about
inner Volkanovski there against
Oh,
Ortega, and he got out of it somehow, and that was crazy.
He did really well at like countering these submission attempts and then getting top position. So
Yeah,
I don't know. It was a really good fight.
He's a really good grappler. He's a good wrestler, and Rodriguez isn't known for grappling and wrestling. But there's definitely room for improvement because he did escape a lot. He did defend a lot of it, Jonathan Pierce's submissions, and I was impressed with that. But on the feet, though, he's legit. I will give him that. He has very good boxing. He was piecing up Pierce, and all Pierce had to do was get him to the ground because he couldn't stand with him. And that's showing a lot right there, personally. For
Agreed. I think round 1 and 2 went to Pierce. So going into round 3, it was just survive or finish for Pierce.
I mean, it was all rounds, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Pierce, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just saying.
I don't think. Did you give Rodriguez a round?
No, not at all. But I'm just saying, rolling into round 3, you were like, you know what? Either Pierce is going to just survive. Even if he loses it doesn't matter. He just has to survive or he's going to finish him. So
exactly. Like round 3, though, I was pretty... I was scared. Like I said, I have 2 bets on Pierce. And I'm like, man, he looks good round 1 and 2. But his cardio is fading. So, yeah. It was, like I said, good win by Pierce. He survived. But if he had to strike with Rodriguez, Rodriguez probably would have put him out in the 3rd for sure, I think.
Pierce is hittable. Let's be honest. I mean, he's lucky, but...
yeah, I'll take it. Good win by Pierce. I was impressed with Rodriguez overall. And, yeah.
Oh, the post-fight interview. All I can say is, let me ask my coach. Dude,
let me ask my coach who I want next. Yeah.
Let me ask my coach, Pierce.
That is the perfect response to that question.
No.
Let me ask my coach. Don't say any names. Your coach will tell you who you want to fight next because they know.
Yeah.
They know.
No, it would have been the amazing answer had he not stumbled on his way to his coach. But hey, it's okay. We'll give it to him.
Yep. Perfect.
All right. Moving right on to Jesse Strader and Chad and Helinger.
And Helinger, yeah. Okay. It took me a while to figure out that name. Yes. And Helinger.
It's too Canadian.
What do you think? You go first after you drink.
I don't know, Johnny. Strader got an early takedown, but nothing really came of it. He was throwing some desperate wild shots, but when Helinger gets close, he's dangerous. But he had a lot of trouble getting on the inside. Like he was just staying on the outside a lot. I don't know.
Well, Strader had like a 5 or 6 inch reach.
Yeah, he has like a 70-inch reach, right?
Yeah. But for me, I thought Strader had his only chance would have been in the first round to get that knockout. And he didn't get it. He looked good, though. He hit Helinger a couple times and stung him a bit. But once the second round hit, I was like, yeah, I just don't think Strader looked like he was slowly starting to fade and he was getting hit more. And Helinger he was a little low volume, so I was kind of worried because honestly, I did say Strader was winning rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Did you think that too?
I did, yeah.
And then once round 3 hit, it was like a totally different ball game because Helinger probably knew that he needed to step it up. And he did. And I thought he went for the kill shots more. He stuck him a couple times with the left. I think it was a left twice and dropped him at the end to get that KO. But overall, it was a good debut for Helinger, actually.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the only debutees, if you will,
that went well.
That won.
Right.
But he looked good. He is a smaller fighter, and yeah, it was just hard for him to get in, like you said. It was hard for him to get close to Strader.
Yeah, at the end of round 2, Strader really started fading. You could see he was gassing out. And then in round 3, I just wanted Helinger to go in for the finish sooner. I feel like he could have gotten the finish like a minute earlier than he did. It's almost like he was waiting for something. Like I feel like he could have went in and really had that killer instinct earlier. But hey, he got the TKO. Good on him.
And if he would have got that finished 1 minute earlier, John would have cashed that bet. But I did the under 2.5 rounds in that fight, and it was like a minute off from that. So
you were a little off.
I was close. It happens, but I knew that fight wasn't going to go the distance. I'll put it that way. One of them was going to knock one of them out or submission, one of those two. He
was just watching the clock in spite of you, so.
I can see that. It happens a lot.
All right, moving right along, we got our first women's fight, Paula and Balbita. Thoughts, Johnny?
Well, I'll admit it. I might be a little biased. I bet Balbita to win this. I really thought she won rounds 1 and 3, but apparently that didn't happen because all the judges said that Paula won 29-28. So both of them, their striking looked good. it was back and forth. It was a close fight. I'm not saying it was a robbery by any means whatsoever, but it's a women's fight. It was great. What do you think?
I don't know. I was a little disappointed in Balbita.
Okay.
I was. Yeah, I mean, she did a lot of, she accepted the clinch a lot and
Yeah.
then did absolutely nothing. She was just like, yeah, okay. She didn't even try to turn it over or fight out of it or really do anything with the clinch. She just kind of accepted it. I don't know. I think she could have done more. She didn't really fight hard to get out of those or win the clinches at least. So I don't know.
Yep, that was a big problem. It's a good point. When she was up against the cage, she didn't try to get off the cage at all, and that was her. And she wasn't going to go to the ground with Paula, so
she wasn't winning the clinches, but yet she didn't try to disengage the clinches.
Exactly, she was accepting it, like you said, and I think that kind of maybe the judges looked at that a little bit more than maybe usual,
right?
Because it was a really close fight. And like I said, I thought Balbita got the best of the Paula rounds 1 and 3. So I'm not saying it was a robbery. I'm fine with that, even though I bet Balbita to win.
No, it definitely wasn't a robbery.
I lost that bet. It happens.
Yeah, the judges had it 29-28, all three of them.
Yeah, it was unanimous. And I thought it would be a split decision personally because I thought it was that close. But like I said, what are you going to do?
Women's MMA.
Women's MMA. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to pick women's MMA. It's like the hardest thing ever.
Definitely some frustration on his end on that.
I don't even know why I bet women's MMA. I'll be honest. I shouldn't because I'm not good at it.
So did we have a dog win that fight?
That was the first underdog. Yes.
It was nice. Yes. Nice. All right. Well, moving right along, we had
slight underdog.
Slight underdog.
It was like minus 105, minus 110, depending on the sports books.
Look at you with your number memory.
I'm a gambler.
All right. Moving right along to Mark Streagle and Chaz Skelly.
Very good fight for me. I knew Chaz Skelly was going to dominate this fight, and he totally did the whole round. He used his wrestling. He got on top control, and Streagle had no answer for the striking game, and he had no answer for defensive wrestling. And I don't think Chaz Skelly, I'll say it now, I don't think Chaz Skelly should retire at all. After this win, it was so good of a win for him. One more fight at least, and then say you're going to retire. Like, just push yourself.
Maybe shame. It's a shame if he does retire, but like he said, he wants to retire on his own terms. So it would really suck if he, pushed one more fight when he didn't really want to, and then he lost, and then you go out on a loss. So I get it, but it is a shame to see that he's retiring because he really dominated that fight.
Yeah, and that knee that he knocked out, was it Streagle? Streagle,
yeah.
And I barely saw it. Like, it was that quick, and he got his knee up all the way to his head. He didn't even like bend him down or anything. No, it was straight up. His knee like went all the way up to his chin and just got him, and he was just down like a sack of potatoes.
Well, let's not forget the elbow ahead of that knee.
That's true. That was a good one. That probably made him, didn't know where he was at, and then the knee came and he didn't see it, obviously. So, like I said, it was a very good win for Skelly, and I don't think he looked really good. He shouldn't even retire. I know he said his body isn't holding up as well.
I wonder
and I'm not going to judge him for that because I don't know. You know your own body. Nobody knows their own body.
Is he injury-prone fighter?
I mean, he was injured a couple times, but I mean, a lot of fights. He had like 5 or 6 canceled fights before. Like, he hasn't fought in 2 years. Like, this was his first fight in 2 years.
So he's a stale fighter, and he's still kicked.
Yeah, and he was always going into his training camps. He was ready to fight. Like, the last fight he was supposed to fight was Jamal Emmers, and he didn't come out of the back room because Emmers had like a back issue or something. So he was like in the ring, and they called it. It was the weirdest thing ever. Dang. But he's training. He's in shape. He's ready. I mean, he doesn't look like he's like super ripped by
Was that the guy that they're like, he looks like Ben Askren?
Exactly. He has a Ben Askren body.
Which is not a compliment.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
No, I mean, he's not a big boy or anything.
Would you call it a dad bod?
No.
No, the dad bod?
He doesn't have the pot belly for the dad bod, but it's definitely a Ben Askren body type.
Okay.
The only other note I had on this fight is that I like Little Keith. Listen, as a referee, I like Little Keith, but I feel
no nonsense Keith.
No. I like to call him Little Keith.
I call him no nonsense. I know he's little, but
Little Keith's my guy, but I feel like he let that fight go a little bit longer than he should have before he called it.
I thought that was pretty quick.
I don't know. Streagle took a little bit more shots than he should have, and that theme kind of held true for the rest of the night. But we'll get into that.
Okay.
All right, moving right
What's the
along
next
my
one
notes here, we have Edgar and Rose Clark. John was a little frustrated in this fight. Go ahead, John. I'm sure you have
I didn't have
comments.
an official bet with this fight, so I'm okay with that.
Well, you had a pick, I'm sure.
But my pick, I did pick Jessica Rose Clark to win. I really thought she was going to win this fight. And I was very impressed with Edgar, to be honest.
She was good, yeah.
Maybe I'm underrating her. Maybe she was a little bit bigger than Jessica Rose. She was better in the clinch. And yeah, I mean, she took her down with some judo hip tosses and controlled her on top control and basically got the arm bar like that. It was that quick of a fight. I mean, it was
later in round 1, right?
Yeah,
because
I mean, middle of the round late. Yeah.
Rose Clark went in with the clinch immediately, and it just felt like they were clinching forever. But then Edgar finally got the takedown, and then that arm bar was just...
It was quick.
She tapped so quick after that, so... But yeah, some of the clinching felt like it took forever, but once Edgar got the takedown, it was over.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think I underrated Edgar a little bit. I thought Rose Clark was going to do more striking, and she did not.
No, like I said, she immediately
barely any.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning of maybe the first minute, she did like a couple, and she went for the takedown. And I can see that because I thought there was going to be some takedowns by Jessica Rose Clark because she is good. She has good wrestling, and she's good top control.
Right.
But, I mean, like I said, Edgar blew me away. I think I just literally underrated Edgar. Now I know. And Jessica Rose Clark, maybe her fight IQ is just not as great.
Yeah, what was the height difference? Didn't Edgar have a significant...
It
was slight?
It was slight. Maybe like an inch or two.
Really?
Tops.
It seemed like it was more.
But she did look like the bigger fighter, though.
She did.
So, I mean, that definitely plays a part.
For sure. Well, enough said about that. Let's move to Benitez and Onama.
Oh, yeah.
I know you predicted this right.
This is my fight because I had 2 big bets on Onama.
Is this your fight of the night, dare I say?
I would say knockout of the night, for sure.
Of the night? Okay,
yeah.
fair.
I mean, there's been a lot of violence tonight, but I think this was my knockout of the night. Well, I don't know about Hill. We'll get to that later.
We'll get to
Sorry, I'm forgot about that one. Onama, though, like I said, I had my 2 biggest bets of the night on Onama. I put a 2-unit bet on Onama, and then I had a really big parlay with Pierce and Onama that I won. So that pretty much just won me the whole night. But Onama looked great. He did look like he got caught with a punch in the eye, and I don't know, it was bothering him a little bit.
He kept trying to wipe at it.
Yeah, and maybe he like grazed his eye and it like kind of maybe cut it or something like that. I don't know. It was weird. But it took him like maybe a minute or 2 to get his cobwebs back or whatever before he can see. And then he figured it out. And after that, like I knew this fight wasn't going to last or go longer than a round and a half as the bet was. It was going to be quick.
We didn't even get to round 2, did we?
No.
That was a first round knockout.
Yeah, and it was a quick one. And he's a tough dude. He's really tough. What about you? What do you think?
You know what? It was the curse of the cucumber pants tonight. Benitez had those green trunks going into it, and we like to joke in our household that every time we see green trunks on a fighter, we're like, uh-oh, he might lose because he's got these cuke pants on. But they both came out hot. They were trading a little bit, and you knew someone was going to get finished, but you just didn't know when. Like you said, it looked like Onama kind of either got poked or hit in the eye. He was trying to wipe it away, but he kind of like recovered a little bit. And I think Benitez outstruck Onama for sure, but Onama with that beautiful KO.
Yeah, I mean, Benitez did look good. When he punched him in the eye, it wasn't an eye poke. I don't think it was. No, I don't think so. It was a clean punch, but I think it just like, I don't know, it might have grazed his eye and like just something.
He didn't complain to the ref.
No, he didn't. And then it wasn't stopped, which I thought that's how it should have been. It looked good. But after that, he had Benitez did have some really good leg kicks in the beginning, and he looked like he was getting on a roll. And then after maybe one punch from Onama, like it was Benitez crumbled. Like
and he just kept adding the punches on. It was layered. It was beautiful. It really was.
Onama is pretty good though. I'm interested to see who he's going to be fighting next. And I know he's not going to get a ranked guy or anything close to that, but I would like to see him against maybe more of a well-rounded fighter, maybe a grappler or a wrestler, and see what he can. I know he fought Mason Jones the first fight and he got taken down 8 times, but I want to see him against a wrestler or more well-rounded fighter instead of just a striker, because we know his striking is really good, like premier good.
Right.
But I want to see him fight someone who's well-rounded, who can take him down, who can get him against the fence and clinch with him and test him a little bit. But I think he's pretty good. I think he's going to move up.
You think a grappler is a bad matchup for him?
I think it will be, yeah, especially in the featherweight. But I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any super, like, not ranked anyways, grappler, wrestler, featherweights. So that's his natural division, because he did fight Mason Jones as a lightweight. So
okay, well, we'll see what's in store for him. But that was our last prelim fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the main card, we had Buckley and Alhassan. Oh boy. And you know what? I can't believe Buckley came in under 183, was it?
Yeah, I did notice that. He was 183. I didn't watch the weigh-ins, so I didn't know he weighed 183. But I mean, he's a 185 guy, and usually he gets 185, 185 and a half. But
well, it didn't seem to affect him.
No, I was like, man, if he can get 183, can he get to 170? Who knows?
I don't know. I think he would want to pack as much weight on, because Alhassan has those monster truck thighs, but honestly, it didn't help him. But his kicks were really impactful. But Buckley got a middle octagon takedown in round 1, which was awesome for him. But I don't know, man. Alhassan just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, I personally said that Buckley would win by decision. And I know a lot of people said that this was going to go like under 1.5 rounds, but I'm like, I don't know, because I was picking Buckley in the beginning. I'm like, if Buckley wins, it's going to be by decision, because I didn't think he was going to be able to knock out Alhassan. And it was Alhassan in the first round or Buckley by decision. That was my 2 past victory. I said it in my predictions video, and it happened. So, I mean, it was you could tell that Buckley was gassing out in the 3rd round for sure, because Alhassan was on him all
wasn't
round.
Alhassan gassing out in the 2nd round, though?
Yeah, he was gassing out in the 2nd round, too. But he got his, 2nd win, maybe even 3rd win.
He did.
Who knows? But, I mean, it was close. Like, I personally I know this can be, a little debatable, but I said Buckley won the rounds 1 and 2. But round 3, I would give Alhassan all day. But I know on Twitter, when I was looking at it, everyone was like, oh,
the media
Alhassan
scorecards were
I'm
insane.
like, I don't think so, because Buckley clearly won rounds 1 and 2. I think they showed the stats in rounds 2 that Alhassan only landed 7 significant strikes.
7 significant strikes
in round 2.
But someone on the media scorecard had it 19-19 after 2 rounds.
No, they said it at worst or something. It was, I don't know. I like I said, Buckley. I thought Buckley won. It was a good decision by the judges this time, and
there's definitely some betting biases flying around Twitter. For sure.
I think so, but
that's the most skewed.
I didn't bet this fight because it was too close.
Yeah, no, I'm shocked it went the distance. That was a good call on your part. I definitely saw Buckley knocking him out round 1 or 2, so that was a good call on your part. I did not see that going the distance.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just call him Overswing Alhassan, because every strike he threw was so telegraphed.
Very true. Yeah, and I think that's what gasses him out. He just throws 125% every throw, every kick, every punch, and it gasses him out. He's a big dude for 185.
Yeah.
I mean, he could potentially be a light heavyweight. That's how big he is. He probably cuts a lot of weight.
Yeah, he probably has to. And then let's not skip over the fact that Alhassan definitely headbutted Buckley.
Oh, he tried. Yeah.
And then Herb, of course, never calls anything, never sees anything.
I mean, I don't think
Herb's in his own little world every time he's reffing.
Herb's a different story. But yeah, Alhassan tried to headbutt him. I don't think it actually hit his head, but it was like, but I'm like, what is he trying to do? Headbutt him? It's crazy, but it's fine. He's not really a wrestler or grappler, so it's fine.
So he doesn't know the rules.
Exactly.
He doesn't know headbutts are illegal.
But anything else on this fight?
Yes.
Okay, you go ahead.
We both lost it at the end of the fight when they're both laying there in exact tired positions, mirroring each other. It was so funny.
It was like this.
They were just dying.
They were dead. They were dead. It was fantastic. I laughed personally. I was just rolling because it was funny.
It was
That's all I
no,
got.
it was some sportsmanship at the end, but I couldn't help but laugh my ass off at that. So,
All right, what's the next one? Here?
All right, Jim Miller and
Oh, man.
Nicholas Mota. Good job, Jim Miller.
OG Jim Miller, gatekeeper. He's protecting that gate.
Yes. Sorry, debutees.
What do you think about that one?
I'm so happy. I don't know why it makes me so happy when I see older fighters like Arlovsky or Miller really just
OGs.
Teach these whippersnappers that they can't just push these older fighters around. I really like that. I really like that. I don't know why it warms my heart.
See, for me, I need to stop betting against the old guys because that's my downfall. I did pick Mota. I didn't have a bet in this fight because it just seemed a little too risky for me. But Miller looked good.
He did.
I know he fought Eric Gonzalez. Miller fought Eric Gonzalez in his last fight, and Eric Gonzalez shouldn't be in the UFC at all. He's a trash can. Now, Nicholas Mota is a good fighter, and he should be in the UFC. And he made Nicholas Mota look like a trash can, and he's not. 100% not a trash can. Jim Miller still has it. He's 38 years old. He's working on that 40 fight UFC fights, and
also UFC 300.
Yes, he's gonna be. His goal was to get in the UFC 300, which I mean, it's gonna be in like 2 years or 2 or 3 years.
They're gonna give it to him. They're gonna give it to him.
I mean, I think he's tied for the UFC career wins too with Donald Cerrone, Cowboy,
and he's just ahead of Arlovsky in total fights, right?
Yeah, like I think he's 2 up now,
and he's like 5 years younger than him.
If you haven't noticed, she loves Arlovsky.
I do. So. I love him. So I wish Arlovsky would get that. What's it called? The record? The record. But I don't know.
I don't think so.
With Jim Miller, 5 years on Jim Miller.
Jim Miller is 5 years younger.
But I love me some Arlovsky.
Jim Miller's striking looks great. I didn't think he was going to be able to knock out Mota because Mota was the better striker in this matchup. But clearly, I mean, I'm wrong. I thought so anyways because Miller landed that like right on him, a check right, and it was game over after that.
Well, not to discredit Mota, he did clip Miller really early in the first round, I believe it was. But Miller looked a little stunned, but as we all know, nothing really happened. Nothing much came of that. So Miller really dominated. I thought Miller was going to gas in the second round. I thought he had 1 round in him, and then afterwards, Mota was kind of going to take over in the second round, and his cardio would really take him there. But Miller looked so fresh in the second, so I was impressed with his cardio.
Yep. I thought he only had 1 round as well, and he looked pretty good in the second. So I can't fade him anymore. I'll be honest. What's the next one?
No, first.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I have to bitch about Lil Keith again.
No, go ahead.
He again let the fight go a little too long for my liking. I think he kind of let Mota take a few more shots than he should have, but. That's my only other complaint about Lil Keith. That's twice tonight that he let someone eat some shots that maybe they shouldn't have or didn't have to.
Yeah.
No, you don't agree? Am I alone in this? Okay, that's fine.
I don't think so. Not in that fight, anyways. No, I don't think so. I think another fight, maybe. No,
I don't know. Think so. I thought Lil Keith's second offense.
He was fine. Keith was fine.
John likes Lil Keith. I don't know if you can tell.
No nonsense.
That's fine. We're moving on to the big boys. We got Parker Porter and Alan Bedoe. Let's go.
I will be honest. I really thought Parker Porter. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Parker Porter would win this fight inside the distance, and I'm shocked that it went because Bedoe does not go past the first round at all. And he just quits. He's known to quit. And Porter usually puts on a pace. And he did get some takedowns and he used his wrestling. But I mean, it was a close fight, actually. I didn't really know who was going to win. I didn't have a bet on this fight, and I didn't want to touch it at all. But
you had a pick on it, right?
I picked Parker Porter. I can't even say it. Parker Porter to win this fight. But it was closer than I really thought it was going to be. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a 20-pound advantage from Porter, so you kind of
at least.
Yeah, you expected him to win the clinches. They were trading right off the bat in the first, but again, then Porter started clinching. There was some scrambling on the mat. Bedoe looked tired in the second. Porter had some leg kicks, but Then going into the third, Bedoe landed a good left. Was it just me, or did he look fresher in the third than he did in the second?
Yeah. That was the weird thing. Was the one. Like, Bedoe doesn't have cardio, like I said. And then he looked really good in the third. Like, he was going to finish Parker Porter. It's crazy.
He looked really gassed in the second, but then he looked fresh in the third.
Well, he even looked gassed, like, late in the first, too. And I'm like, oh, it's over. Like, Parker Porter's going to get a takedown here, and it's over.
Yep. But no, Porter got a takedown towards the end of the third, I believe. And then he just
or into the second.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think
it was like last second.
The third round ended with Porter on top as well.
Yeah, that could be it, too. But there was like a late takedown in the second, too. But go ahead.
Yeah, but no, the third round ended with Porter on top, and then it was a 29-28 from all three judges. Porter won, so, I mean, it was fine.
I mean, I might have done a split decision personally because it was really close for me. Bedoe looked really good. I'll give him that. He looked better than ever in his UFC career. And Parker Porter did about what I thought. So, I mean, it was a close fight.
It was fine for the big boys.
I'm okay with that. What's the next one?
Might have liked to.
You got anything more?
No, I just would have liked maybe a finish from the big boys, but they did good. But moving right along to our co-main event, we had Jamie Pickett and is it Kyle Daukus? I always get the two confused.
It's Kyle Daukus.
Kyle Daukus. Let's go.
It's Kyle. I will start out. I am not the biggest Jamie Pickett fan. If anyone watches any of my videos about Jamie Pickett, I will fade him. He is my arch nemesis of the UFC because I just don't think he's that great of a fighter. And I don't know how he won his last two fights, probably because he fought bigger trash cans than him. But I knew he had no chance in this fight. And he had the striking advantage was with Chris. See, I'm saying it now. With Kyle Daukus. The grappling was with Daukus. And anything you could think of was Daukus all the way. And this fight ended the way I thought it was going to. I said Daukus by submission.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Nice video. Call. Wait, was this the one where it was the last second tap?
Yes, last second tap. And it was legit last second tap because I was like watching. I'm like, is he going to get this? Is he going to get to the second round? And then boom, 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 tap. And then the buzzer went off. Or not the buzzer, but the horn.
I don't know if you guys were watching live, but there was some question whether they were going to call that a tap or not because it was so close to the bell. Okay,
no
I was wondering. I was hoping they would call it.
I mean, they could do a replay,
right,
and see if he did tap before, but I don't think they needed to. And Herb Dean, our favorite ref, not her favorite, he was reffing that fight, and he did.
It's a miracle.
He did a good thing there.
It's a miracle that it got called a tap.
Very, very few and far between, but he did it. He did it.
No, that was amazing. I can't imagine how disappointing it is for Pickett to not have waited one more second.
One more second. Could have got it.
I just wonder if he didn't have any time awareness.
But that's Pickett.
Yeah, that's the fight IQ, the time awareness.
He's not that good.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Dare I repeat your favorite phrase? Trash can.
Trash can. That's my phrase, guys. Trash can.
I can't tell you how many times I hear this in a night. Trash can. All right, main event, baby. Let's go. We had Johnny Walker and Jamal Hill. I'm not going to lie. I'm not ashamed to say that I was rooting for Walker. I thought his it factor would come back. I know they really neutered him of it in his last fight with Thiago Santos, but I thought he would pull through and really let his crazy go. But I was disappointed. The dancing phenom ended up getting KO'd. Okay. All that dancing on his walk-in, it just went for nothing. So go ahead, take it away since you predicted it.
Are you talking about his stripping dancing?
His strip dance.
When he was getting
precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely talking about his
he's got some moves, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I picked Hill to win this one. It was going to be a clear by knockout. Johnny Walker's chins, there's nothing there anymore. There's nothing. And Hill's boxing is super crisp. And I knew it's going to be sooner or later in rounds 1 or 2 that Hill was going to land that one punch to knock out Walker. And when he landed that one punch, he fell asleep before he even started falling back. If you go back to the replay, like his eyes were closed and he's just like falling, like he's already asleep.
It was an unusual knockout.
It was crazy. And like his feet gave out and he was like stiff as a board as he fell. And like that's clean knocked out. That's what that means.
I was just a little confused by Walker because it seemed like he was circling
The wrong
Hill
way.
the wrong way. Like he was circling him on his power
side.
shot side instead of circling him the other way. I don't know. It seemed a little
And I
strange.
think I even told you, I'm like, Hill's gonna land that power shot if he keeps circling that way.
Hill
I mean, he didn't
pressuring.
land it, but because he landed a right on because I think he's left-handed. Hill's left-handed.
But
So
didn't he put him out with the right hand?
No, yeah, he did. But but it wasn't like he was circling that way though.
No, he was circling the wrong way, it seemed like, and then
Nope,
hello. Hill kept pressuring and he got the knockout. So it was beautiful.
It's just how I thought it was gonna go out, like happen. I'm just not a big I mean, I like Johnny Walker, don't get me wrong, but man, his hype is just down now. Like he's just, I don't know, he's gonna have to get a get right fight now, and man, he's got no chin anymore.
Yeah, the hype's dead.
He can't manage his range one bit. Right there. He can't manage his range one bit. He doesn't have a chin anymore. And he's not as crazy and unorthodox and unpredictable as he was when he first started out. So to me, like, I don't know, like maybe him switching gyms did something because
Where was he before Ireland?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm. But something has changed.
But something's changed. And I mean, his chin hasn't changed though.
Maybe it's the level of fighters.
It's true. Maybe he's not that good. Let's be honest. I think he's good. He's very athletic. He's super tall for that division. His reach is super long, but it's when you have that like perfect specimen and you just want them to be like the best and they're not. And you're like, why? Why are you not that good? Well, what is wrong with you?
As you had mentioned earlier in the night, it just seems like Walker is all show about his knockouts and everything, but Jamal Hill, he means business. He doesn't have to be showboating about it.
That's what I was telling you. I remember that. I remember like, you know what? Jamal Hill is all business. Like he's legit. And then Walker is like trying to pump himself up. And I'm like that's even like a red flag right there. You could totally tell.
It's either a confidence or he's trying to convince himself.
I think it's more of he's trying to convince himself. He's trying to be the way he used to be back then when he was winning and getting those awesome knockouts and spinning back fist knockouts, all that good stuff. But I don't think it might be a confidence issue now because now he knows he doesn't have a chin. I'll say it again.
And everyone knows.
And everybody knows he doesn't have a chin and he doesn't know what to do now. Like he's in a rut.
Do you think they gave him his it factor back this fight? Like, were they allowing him to kind of go crazy?
Like
or
his
do you
gym?
Think, or like whoever, his trainers, his coaches, like, do you think he had permission to
he looked a little more aggressive this fight than the Thiago Santos fight. But for me, you almost, I don't know, like Jamal Hill's good, man. I don't know how to like, if I was to fight Jamal Hill, I don't know what I would have to do to try to beat Jamal Hill. Like he's that good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't think he was going to get put to sleep. He made it all rounds with Thiago, right?
Yeah, 5 rounds.
Yeah,
5
and then
rounds.
He gets knocked out by Jamal Hill. So, I don't know. You called it. I was kind of rooting for Hill, but what's up, Blood Money MMA?
What up, Blood? We had a good night tonight, yeah?
So what was your record tonight for your picks, Johnny?
I went 9-3.
Not bad.
And my bets, I did fairly good. I don't remember exactly. My bets. I'll have to look it up right here, but
your picks were 9-3 then?
Yeah, 9-3 on my picks, and
pretty good.
Do you have anything else to say on that fight?
It was short enough that I don't have any more notes.
Yeah, it was a quick night actually. A lot of violence, a lot of knockouts, a lot of submissions, and
what was your fight of the night then?
Ooh,
I know you said knockout of the night was what?
Very good question. I would say my knockout of the night, I'm going to say was Onama because he did look like he was going to get knocked out or finished in the first round, but he did overcome that little eye punch, if you want to call it. And yeah, fight of the night for me, knockout of the night. I'm going to say knockout of the night as well. Hill was a close second, very close second. about you?
Nice. I like the Hill fight. I really like the Edgar fight. Being a lady, I love watching women's MMA, so that was a good finish. Always looking forward to those. But I don't know. I thought it was a really great night. I know not too many people were excited because there wasn't a great main event. It didn't seem like it had a lot of good fights, but a lot of times those nights are the nights you're going to see like crazy knockouts, finishes, because you just never know what's going to happen with those kind of fighters that you're not as familiar with.
Yeah, usually, like I said in my predictions video, this card wasn't the greatest on paper.
Yeah.
But like you said, those are the ones that have like a whole bunch of knockouts, a whole bunch of submissions. That like it's violence night. Like it's not going to the judges' scorecard at all.
Right. You don't want to sleep on those nights. Like those are the kind of fight nights that I'm most excited about usually, because I know something crazy could happen with these unknown fighters. These fighters making their debuts and stuff like that. So
yeah. So, I am going to ask you this next question.
Oh, okay.
So, Bobby Green versus Islam Makhachev.
Oh, you guys. Okay.
We'll give you a little sneak peek for next week.
My heart of hearts tells me that Makhachev is going to win, but I desperately am rooting for Bobby Green. So he's got nothing to lose.
Well, wouldn't your heart want Bobby Green to win?
Okay.
And then your head says?
My brain is telling me that Makhachev is going to win, but I really am rooting for Bobby Green. I know it's pretty short notice. Am I right? I mean,
it's like a week and a half.
I commend him for taking the fight on short notice. A lot of people are like, "Oh, he should be fighting. Makhachev should be fighting someone better," but no one wanted to take him on short notice. So
apparently, because they had to go all the way down the line to get the Bobby Green.
I mean, think about it. Bobby Green's got nothing to lose. These higher ranked fighters, they don't want to fight him because they want a full camp to fight Makhachev, because he's got this aura around him that says he's like not defeatable. You know what I mean? So props to Bobby Green. He's got nothing to lose, and I hope he wins.
I am exactly the same way. I'm picking Makhachev to win that, but man, heart of hearts, right here, I'm going Bobby Green. Now, I will say this now. If you watch my predictions video, I'm going to say Makhachev to win. But in my bets video, I'm going to lay a bet down on Bobby Green. I don't care if I lose that fight. I don't care if I lose at all. I'm going to throw I think he's plus 500 right now. Now, I'm probably going to throw maybe like a half unit. Why not? Let's just throw it down, because that'll be my Hail Mary parlay of the week. How about that? I'll say it now. My Hail Mary parlay of the week is going to be Bobby Green, half a unit, to win. Boom. I said it right now. There you go.
There, it's in stone, guys.
In stone. Get ready.
You saw it right here.
Sneak peek for my bets video next week.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add? Because that's a great ending point if you don't.
I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Right. It was an overall great night for fights. I'm up units, so that's always good. I don't know exactly how much, but I know I'm up.
We'll check that out.
Picks went 9-3. Great night. Came back last week. I went 8-6. It was awful. I know my bets were awful last week, so this week it's
a good comeback.
I did a huge bet, and on not Bobby Graham. I have it in my mind. I did a huge bet on Jonathan Pierce and Onama to win on a parlay, and I won that, and that pretty much paid for my whole night and some. So overall, great night. Like I said, I enjoyed the fights. It was a quick night. I think everything ended at 8 o'clock. It was like a 5-hour night. Usually it's like 6 or 7 hours. So
it was fast. It started early. It ended early. It was entertaining. So what more could you ask for?
Well, thank you guys for watching, and be on the lookout for my predictions video coming out tomorrow sometime. And my bets video will come out later that week, maybe like on Tuesday or Wednesday. So depending on my work schedule and all that good stuff. So thank you for watching it, like I said. And this is MiaHasDiggles. Go check out her channel if you love makeup. Or
guys, it's 2022. You can love makeup.
If your wife loves makeup, girlfriend, all that good stuff. MiaHasDiggles, all one word. Check her out. Check out my channel as well. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do it.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.
I'm out. Peace.